He was one of the nation's first African-American military aviators. Dr. Roscoe Brown served as a fighter pilot in World War II at a time when the U.S. troops were segregated. He was joined by other high-performing college graduates recruited through the War Department to form the 332nd Group, also known as the Tuskegee Airmen.
The success of groups like the Tuskegee Airmen, in which I served, helped to break down some of the myths and stereotypes about segregation.
But it did not come without opposition.
The War Department actually issued a quasi-scientific study that said that African Americans didn't have the brain capacity, the coordination, the ability to follow instructions to become military pilots. At the beginning of World War II, they set up the Tuskegee Airmen, thinking that maybe we wouldn't succeed.
650 were trained as fighter pilots and 350 as bombardiers. Stationed in northern Italy, pilots would escort bombardiers from other fighting companies behind enemy lines.
We achieved a record that everybody knows of successfully protecting the bombers we were escorting, so that it is thought that we did not lose any bombers to enemy fighters, and many of the whites were requesting the Tuskegee Airmen Red Tails to escort them. So that helped to change the climate.
Desegregation in the U.S. military would soon follow.
In 1948, Harry Truman, who was the president, signed an Executive Order 9981 eliminating segregation in the military.
A major victory for African Americans serving in the U.S. military, but there was more work ahead. It was 2 decades later that sweeping civil rights legislation was signed into law in 1964, followed by voter rights legislation in 1965. Both major victories that could not have happened without persistence.
Little by little, the NAACP began to attack segregation using the 14th Amendment as the basis, and the 15th Amendment, which provides the right to vote.
What followed can be seen in photographs in a new exhibit to open at the Bronx Museum of the Arts. Dr. Brown serves on the board of advisors to Road to Freedom, photographs from the civil rights movement from 1956 to 1968 and after 1968, both from the High Museum of Art in Atlanta.
This exhibit gives us an opportunity to reflect. Basically, that's what history should be. It should be a reflection and analysis so that we will understand the lessons of the past, so that we hopefully don't repeat those as mistakes of the future.
For BronxNet, this is Arlene Makoko.